from KTVU, Fox 2 News, San Francisco bars worry they're being targeted by burglars. My word, have they just figured this out? After thousands of residents and businesses have fled for one reason or the other, they're just now thinking, maybe the criminals are coming for us. Yes, bro, and for the millionth time, you cannot do business in California at all anymore. But my name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
It would help me a lot and cost you nothing. But if you wanted to help me even more and spend a tiny bit of money, you would buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued, on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Greg. Take a look. You can see here at the Mars.
Okay. And this is just where it starts, so I don't know what the conversation was before this, but this is Christian Captain. I cannot stand, they're all so terrible and all so compromised. But notoriously, we remember when he was reporting in San Francisco about the overdose death downtick, which coincided with the uptick of law enforcement on the street, and then had to report that city officials they couldn't confirm whether the uptick in law enforcement correlated with the downturn in overdoses.
2023 set a grim benchmark for deadly overdoses in San Francisco. In all, the city tallied 806 overdose deaths over the course of the year.
It's been a tragic year for overdoses because more people have died this year than ever before.
Well, the city set that all-time high benchmark for deaths. As the year drew to a close, the number of overdose deaths began trending downward. 84 deaths in January, 88 in August. By December, that number had dropped to 52 overdose deaths. On social media, Mayor London Breed noted the record number of deadly overdoses. In a series of posts, she said the city must continue to offer treatment programs and that, quote, "We are also enforcing drug laws to shut down open-air drug markets." The downward trend roughly coincides with the increased federal, state, and local law enforcement crackdown in the city. City officials say it's too early to attribute the trend to increased enforcement.
So, of course, these San Francisco officials put the law enforcement on the street in order to combat the overdoses. It actually started to work, and then they say, well, we don't know if it actually worked. But that's clearly not what this is about.
Bar and restaurant, they've actually posted photographs of the suspects from that burglary, and they're asking anybody who has any information to come forward with what they know.
Mars Bar and Restaurant in San Francisco's South of Market neighborhood is ready for the weekend, just 2 weeks after burglars targeted the business. Boy, it's been a week.
Been a hard week. You know, it's daunting.
Mars Bar and Restaurant owner David Kiley said the burglars targeted his establishment shortly after 5 a.m. Friday the 23rd. On the video, you can see them using a crowbar to force the doors open.
Whoa, I can't believe this. I think that the burglars are targeting the restaurants. Yeah, bro, the burglars are targeting everything. The political thugs are targeting everything as well. That's only one of the reason they're...
I'm losing my patience. God, you done? Double play. Fuck! You're kidding! Judge.
And this is only going to get worse long before it gets better.
Moments later, they were inside, scrambling to steal the cash registers and ultimately dragging out an ATM that had been bolted to the ground.
It's been tough. They know what they're doing. They're in and out in 4 minutes.
Do they know what they're doing? I mean, realistically, do they know what they're doing? They unbolted an ATM from the floor and try to run out with your cash register drawer. Do they really know what they're doing? I don't think they do. I think they're dope fiends. They're San Francisco dope fiends strung out with a crowbar. That's what I think. Or maybe they're a step above that. Maybe they're not completely strung out. But there's no other reason for you to target businesses unless you know that you are not going to be able to start a business. You know that you can't go get a job at a business because they're going to eventually get targeted. So it's a complete mess. But Gavin Newsom's going to save the day, and Kamala Harris and London Breed, we're all going to fix these problems and pretend we're going to make Kamala Harris's life a little bit easier on the national scale. But that will also let everybody know how far down the tubes, right? How deep, circling the drain San Francisco and California arguably as a whole has become, and now they're going to pretend we're cleaning it up. Okay, fine, clean it up. I'm not saying I'm not against that, but that lets everybody know that you were negligent at its very best for years prior to this, cleanup and crackdown.
Kylie says the thieves worked quickly. The whole thing took less than 5 minutes. In that time, the thieves did a lot of damage to his doors and bar for a small amount of cash.
Yeah, for nothing. And there's no cash in bar.
Yeah, exactly. So why are you claiming they know what they're doing? There's no cash in the bar. Oh, yeah, these thieves, they're really smart. They know what they're doing. They didn't even get that much money.
Everything is credit card today. Everything is credit. We're almost at a cashless society. 95%, if not more, of our transactions are credit cards.
Mars Bar and Restaurant says they're not the only ones that have been hit. The Bar Owner Alliance says a number of bars have been targeted, sometimes by thieves backing a car into the front door and taking what they can. Kylie says there's been...
How come that's not a hate crime? Right? I mean, okay, well, the bar owner's white, so we can't consider that a hate crime. But it's like, you see all these stories, all these racist restaurants, these dog walkers who claim that everything is racist, and that's immediately labeled a hate crime. But why? I mean, when somebody tries to make away with cash out of your business, even though, I mean, their wires are so crossed, they don't realize that it's 95% a cashless business, and then they try to steal it. I mean, look, this is an obvious mess, and it's pretty hilarious how on one side of the same news outlet, quote unquote, they want to pretend that a black man is labeling a black woman a racist, a hate crime suspect because he was targeted by a doll. But when thieves who were most likely black break into this restaurant, break into this bar, get nearly nothing, but that's not considered a hate crime at all. That's just, I mean, it's actually not even really happening that much. This is a great city.
And an epidemic of break-ins in his neighborhood.
The South Side on Howard Street, they've broken into twice. The Hotel Utah, they broke.
Yeah, and who is they? Are you going to tell us who they is? Are we ever going to discuss who they might be? I mean, you have the footage right there.
They broke in here. The day after us here, they broke into Asiento on 21st and Harrison.
The business owner here tells me that the police were here within minutes, but that the burglars had already gone in and out by the time the officers arrived. He says he'll be reinforcing his front doors and working to keep them open. He says business is already hard enough without thieves breaking in, damaging the bar, and taking money out of his pocket. We're live in San Francisco. Christian.
Yeah. Okay, bro. So you're going to reinforce the door and that's going to stop everything? Well, clearly they're not going to help you. They don't want to help you. They want to help the 50-plus-year-old guy who is, he's black and his hate crime racist suspect is an older black lady. They're going to help him.
The dog walker tells me he's still trying to make sense of who the suspect is, a black woman who's a neighbor. There is relief that a suspect has been named. Now he wants her held accountable. San Francisco police now suspect April Chartrand as the person who sent several racist items to the home of popular dog walker Terry Williams in April and May. The items included a black-faced doll with a noose around the neck. Police want to arrest the 67-year-old, but a family member reported her missing 2 weeks ago.
They're going to set up a GoFundMe so he can get as much money as he wants to fix his apartment and his parents and all that stuff. But this guy who owns a business who was probably since the 70s or 80s or something, looks pretty old, right? When he most likely, I don't know, I can't say for sure, but he most likely did it the proper way. And then when he realizes, oh, well, we're being targeted and all the businesses around here are being targeted, they're not going to do anything.